Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to be learning how to cut a palazzo pant. So if it's something you would love to learn, please keep on watching, like, share, subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. So without further ado, let's jump right into the main video. So the first thing is to take all the necessary measurements we'll be needing for this tutorial. So from the top of the paper, which is my starting point and my waistline, I'm going to come down to mark my hip point. And to do that, I'm going to subtract 2 inches, which is for my band. So I'm just going to place from 2 inches and mark 9 inches downward, which is my hip point. Then I'll go ahead and extend this point across, still leaving my tape at that 2 inches. I'll come down to mark my crotch point, which is 11, but I'm going to mark 11.5. The half inch is for sewing allowance. I'm going to mark 11.5 inches here. I'll repeat the same thing so I'll get a straight line. Then I'll go ahead and extend the point across as well. So I'll come down to mark my knee point, still leaving my tape at that 2 inches. I'll come down to my knee point. My knee point is 23. So I'm going to mark 23 all the way to get a straight line, like so. Then for the length of this pant, I'm going to use the whole of this pattern paper. I'm still going to add more when cutting on my fabric. I'll go ahead and label on all the lines, my waist, my hip, my crotch line, my knee line. So I'm going to divide my hip by 4. My hip divided by 4 is 8.78. I'm going to mark it on the hip line, on the crotch line and also on the waist line. So you go ahead and divide your hip by 4, mark it on all the straight lines on the waist, hip and crotch line. Then I'll connect the point with a straight line like so. Then to get our crotch extension, divide that hip that you have divided by 4 again into 4. So I got about 2 inches. I'll mark it on the crotch line, then come out from the center by 1 inch like this. Then I'm going to use my French curve to just connect all from the hip all the way to the crotch line like so. Now we have our crotch extension. So from this line on the waistline, I'm going to come in by ½ an inch. This is to allow our pant to last well when we are done sewing. Then I'm going to connect that point into the initial line like so. Then from that line now, I'm going to divide my waist by 4. I'll mark it on the waistline, then add 1 inch for sewing allowance. We're not going to have that on this trouser, so there's no need for me to add any allowance for that. But if you want yours to have that, go ahead and add your that allowance. So I'll come here on the crotch line, measure what I have there. Whatever I have there, I'm going to divide it into 2 equal halves to get the midpoint of this line. So the essence of getting this line is to make our trouser straight after sewing. Sometimes you have issue with your trouser shifting to one side after sewing. So when you get this line and you impute your measurement evenly, you discover that your trousers stay in one place after sewing. So I'm going to rule a straight line all the way down like so. So I'll come to the knee line, divide my knee by 2. My knee is 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. Then I'll divide the 7.5 into 2 again. I think I got about 378. So I'm going to mark the 378 on both sides of this line. So if you are sewing a pencil trouser, there's no need for you to add much allowances, but I added 2 inches to the measurement because it is a palazzo trouser. So what I have on the knee, I took it down to the hemline as well. So if you want your down to be a little bit pencil, you can subtract 1 inch from whatever you have on the knee line, and then you mark it on the hemline. I mean the length of the trouser. But what I had on the knee line, that was what I marked on the hemline because I want it free all the way down. So I went ahead and connect all the line to the hemline or to the length of the trouser. So this is basically it for the front. It's very, very simple. So I'll go ahead and cut this out so we can work on the back pattern. The lines are a little bit faint. I don't know, it was after I was done with the video that I discovered that. I hope you guys can see whatever I'm doing on the pattern paper. I'm so sorry. So this is basically it for the front. We've done tutorial on pants before, so if you find this one very difficult to understand, you can go ahead and check my other videos, and I'm very sure you will get it right. So this is basically it for the front pattern. We are going to use the front to cut the back, so I'm going to place this on the back pattern now, so we can work on the back pattern. So when placing your front pattern on the back pattern, make sure you leave extra inches by the side and on the top of the paper, whether you are cutting directly on the fabric or pattern paper. So on the waistline, I'm going to go in by 1.5 inch, then I'll go up by 1 inch at that point. I'm very sorry that my camera could not capture everything. It was the way I placed the camera. So I went in by 1.5 inch, and that point I went up by 1 inch. So the 1.5 inch I went in on the back pattern, I replaced it by the side so that we don't have any shortage. Understand? Then I connected from the 1 inch I went up all the way to the side. Then for the back crotch extension, I'm just going to add 1.5 inches, and that is because I don't have big bum. So if you're a bigger person, you can add from 2 to 2.5 inches. So you just go ahead and extend the back crotch line all the way to that point you just marked like this. Then from that line, I'll come down by 1/4 inch. This is to allow our crotch relax well. Then I'm going to connect from the waist all the way to that point we just marked like this. You can see how I'm connecting it. Just connect it all the way to that point. Then you connect from there into the knee line like so. So we are basically done with the back. So I'll go ahead and add my sewing allowance of 1 inch. We added 1 inch on the waist earlier, so we're not going to add another 1 inch on the waist so that we don't have it excess. Just mark on the hip line, crotch line, and on the hem line. So I'll go ahead and connect all these points together. I'm very sorry for this video that my camera could not capture some things because of the way I place it. So if you find this video hard, please do well to check my other videos. I've made tutorial on pants before, and I believe that if you watch it carefully, you understand what we did here as well. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. So it's just to cut it. This is basically it for palazzo trouser. It is it's a very simple tutorial. It's very easy to make. You can make this within 30 minutes. So if you follow everything I did on this video, trust me, if you make it, it's going to come out really good. So we have the back pattern and the front pattern. This is the front and this is the back. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Do well to subscribe if you have not done that. Please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Share as well. Thank you. See you in my next video. Bye.